Okay, will we make a start? It's 9:30. We'll try to be the first Zoom webinar to ever start on time. Ian Doyle is my name. I work for the Heritage Council. This is the 4th year that we've run this seminar, but because of, well, obvious reasons, this is the first year we've done it via Zoom. So there may be glitches. Things may drop. We just have to try pick it up, and we'll just have to try roll with it. But I can guarantee you that we have a very interesting lineup of speakers. I'm going to hand over straight away to Virginia Teehan, the Chief Executive of the Heritage Council, and then Malcolm Noonan, TD, Minister of State and the Department of Heritage, will give everybody a welcome, and we'll kick off, and then we'll go into hearing from our various presenters. So thank you, Virginia.
Thanks, Ian, and good morning, Minister, and good morning, everybody. I'd like to wish everybody a warm welcome this morning. We're thrilled to have another seminar kicking off the 2021 round of the Historic Towns Initiative. And that's a really important programme for the Heritage Council, which we run in collaboration with our colleagues in the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. And like to extend a particularly warm welcome to colleagues from the department this morning who work with Minister Noonan. They're great colleagues on this programme, and it really has helped to strengthen our working relationships to work together on what's a fairly groundbreaking programme, in the sense that we're very much of the view, well, I suppose we would be at the Heritage Council, that regeneration of Irish towns is heritage-led. Because towns are complex places. You all know that coming from your local authorities. Each individual town in a county has its own unique history, its own unique heritage, and that gives it a particular character, which is key to the revitalisation of that place. And also it's important to the people who are from the place and who live in the place, both the people whose families have lived there for generations and the new people coming into places. Their sense of what their connectedness with the place is a complex relationship, and many of the features of that relationship is defined by the unique heritage and sense of place. So we'd like to continue our programme of working with local authorities to protect and reinterpret places in a contemporary way, preserving the integrity of towns and villages and allowing their continued development and helping them to thrive in the modern world. So we're thrilled to have so much interest today, and we're really pleased with the success of the scheme to date. Our grant for this year is 1.5 million, and again we'd like to acknowledge the support and efforts of Minister Noonan and Minister O'Brien in securing increased resources for the Heritage Council. We're thrilled to be able to increase the fund for the grant, and we'd like to see good applications coming in this year. And with that kind of thought in mind, just to remind people that good applications are based around the engagement of stakeholders, the communities, the businesses, and the people who live in a town. So their engagement, a good, sound, worked out plan, and a sense of sustainability are key to a good application for the scheme. We're really looking forward to working with you, and if you're not successful this year, we hope to encourage you and work with you to develop good applications in future years. So I'd like to invite Minister Noonan to formally open today's seminar. Minister.
Thanks, Virginia, and good morning and Happy New Year, everybody. I believe all 31 local authorities are represented here this morning, so it's fantastic to meet with you all, albeit virtually. Hopefully we'll be able to meet in person very soon. And as Virginia has outlined, the context of this year's seminar could not be more vital or urgent or important. What will face our towns in the wake of the COVID pandemic will be quite significant and potentially very devastating. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I think all agencies, all arms of government are working collaboratively now to try and ensure that we come out of this in a way that's different and sustainable, and that we can look towards a different and more vibrant and secure future for us all. And no more so than our urban centres, as Virginia has said. I think it's vitally important that our town centres, that we, first of all, that heritage-led approach has to be an important component of it. And from my point of view, I think having taken up this portfolio in recent months, I'm very, very interested in the whole area of traditional building skills, as you know, and we think there's an opportunity there, particularly for a lot of young people, to be reskilled in the area of traditional skills, obviously incorporating technologies and new modern technologies with them. But we think there's a fantastic opportunity. And again, I would ask you to be mindful of that in your applications. We've seen many projects here in my own town here in Kilkenny, where we've tagged in apprentices on particular programs. The restoration of St. Mary's comes to mind, Talbot's Tower, if we look at the Wall Towns network. And I think those are really important components of all of these projects, because they have a multiplier effect and they have a really good residual effect. I've met with young apprentices out on projects over recent weeks and months who feel really energized by having a whole new career ahead of them. And we're going to need all these skills as we rebuild our towns, our monuments, all of the important work that we have to do in the next number of years. There's a number of initiatives coming from our department too around climate change sectoral adaptation plans that we have done in our department as well. And I think they'll be really important as we look at climate resilience. I think you want to focus on that as well today. We were delighted to be able to provide additional monies through July stimulus for the Heritage Council, an additional 900,000 for the Community Monuments Fund, which is again has been the community heritage grants, which have been really, really important, and we're so delighted with the amazing work that the Heritage Council continue to do. And it's not easy, and it hasn't been easy through COVID administratively, but also on the ground, and we really do appreciate that. We're delighted that our partners here in our own department from our Built Heritage Unit, who have again pulled up their sleeves and done amazing work in rolling out the Built Heritage Investment Scheme for 2021, the Historic Structures Fund, and again to remind you that those funds are still open for your own towns. We've included a novel element around shop fronts, and I would ask you to look at those in your own towns and encourage people, premises owners to try and look at those and apply for them. I think we're extending the grant scheme out by a further 2 weeks because of the current restrictions. And there's an added element in there from my colleague Catherine Martin to include Pisa Oscailga Comas. So we'd love to see applications come in for shop fronts on that as well. I could go on, and I usually do, but I better not. I'm going to try and stay with you for most of the event. I have to dip out for an hour for another meeting and online again. I know that our own hometown of Callan is going to be featured. Nothing biased in there from Virginia or myself that's there, but I'm looking forward to seeing the presentations and the projects. And again, we're thrilled that we're able to have a fund there, 1.5 million for the Historic Towns Initiative next year. I can't emphasize enough how important this is as we look towards rebuilding our communities, and how these important urban spaces are for those conversations and returning to a normal life, and a life where people can again meet in vibrancy and celebrate. And I think that these conversations around town centres first, that we're now moving into a much more strategic approach within the programme for government. I want all of you as local authorities to be mindful of that, and there is a bigger ask there around ramping up your heritage divisions within your local authorities, assistant heritage officers, architects, town planners, conservation repurposing officers. I've spoken to the CCMA about this as well previously, and I really would encourage you to look in that direction, because we're going to need all these skills as we try and rebuild our communities. But enjoy this morning's proceedings. I hope I haven't gone on too long, and I look forward to watching some of the presentations, and what more importantly, I look forward to seeing some really exciting projects come through this important fund over the course of the next number of weeks. And best of luck to everyone in their applications.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you so much for those words, and thank you very much,